One of his devotees brought him a scissors made of gold. The scissors were very valuable and they were studded with precious stones. And the devotee said, "It has been my family's treasure for generations. It cost millions of rupees, but I do not have any use for it. I want to present it to you." Farid said, "Please take it back. If you want to present something, bring a needle and thread, because I do not believe in cutting. I believe in sewing. A pair of scissors cuts. If you want to present something, bring me a needle and thread." The third maxim in Shiva Sutras is discrimination and transcendental logic is a means to self-realization. Each and every maxim is like a master key. First maxim was the sense of wonder. The sense of wonder makes us turn within. The second maxim, to be established in one's self, would make us available to tremendous energy. The question is, how will we settle in ourselves? The key lies in the third maxim. Transcendental logic and discrimination, awareness, is a means to self-realization. Now, the word transcendental logic needs to be understood. We know what logic is. It is an instrument of logic. It is a sword that cuts wonderment. Logic cuts, logic analyzes. Logic moves outside. Transcendental logic moves inside. Transcendental logic does not make fragments, it unites. Logic is analysis. Transcendental logic is synthesis. Transcendental logic is an art of synthesizing. The Sanskrit word, vitarka, means a special logic. Common logic analyzes, special logic synthesizes. Buddha, Mahavir, Shiva, Lao Tzu, they all use logic, but it is a specialized logic. There's also another kind of logic, which is sort of a logical fallacy. So there are three possibilities. One, simple logic, it fragments, it analyzes, intentions are not bad. The second is the transcendental, where analysis is the process, but it aims at achieving a doctrine which will dissolve the surprise. Things will become crystal clear. And the third is a logic which does not actually have any goal. It's only scissoring becomes the aim. It enjoys being destructive. Then it is actually called kutarka, logical fallacy. It is an insane state of logic. It becomes mad. It is bent upon destroying. Then there is no other motive. Destruction gives pleasure. So we come back to vitarka, special logic. It is an inward journey of logic. Logic and special logic trade the same road. That is why it's called special logic. The road is the same, only the direction has changed. First logic was moving towards the other, towards an object. Now the logic is moving towards the self, towards home. Just a change in the direction changes the total quality. When it had to move outwards, destruction was the way. If you want to enter the other, it could only be done by analyzing, and there is no other way. Let's say we go to a medical college. We will find students who are dissecting. They're dissecting the frog because they have to know what is inside. There is no other way. One can know the inside of the frog by dissecting it. But if you have to enter within yourself, there is no need to dissect. We are already present inside. If we want to know the other, we need to dissect. There is no other way of knowing him. But if we want to know ourselves, there is no question of dissecting or destroying because we are already there. If we want to know ourselves, just closing our eyes is enough. Closing one's eyes is meditation. When the attention is withdrawn from outside and focused inside, logic becomes transcendental. The other name for vitarka is vivek or consciousness. It also means awareness. The awareness is a process of synthesis. As we go within ourselves, we start becoming integrated. Simple example. Imagine there is a circle with a very wide circumference. Now let's take 2 points far apart on the circumference. We join each to the point at the center of the circle. We will find that as the lines approach the center, they come closer and closer to each other until they are one at the center. Now, if these two lines are extended further outside of the circumference, they will be further and further apart until the distance between them becomes infinite. In the same way, when we move outside of ourselves, things begin to fall apart. And the further we go, the greater becomes the difference between them. Therefore, if we look at science, we have many different branches of science because the distance is becoming bigger and bigger. New theories are born every day, and scientists are facing a dilemma. One science cannot understand the language of the other. There is no such person on earth who can understand all the sciences and who can synthesize the different branches of science. As it is impossible even to know a single branch of science. There is no shortage in the world, but we have lost the power of synthesis. Religion is one, no matter how many names we give it, because no sooner does a man begin to go within himself, the distances decrease and all things merge in the center. The center is the ultimate synthesis. Vitarka, vivek, intelligence, awareness, discrimination leads to self-realization. We do not need to dissect things. We do not need to go outwards. We do not need to pay attention to the other. We need to direct our attention inwards, synthesize. We need to move slowly to the center where our life force is focused. When we become established at this point, great energy will arise within us. The light that we see around Mahavir or Buddha, the bliss that we find around Krishna, Mira, Chaitanya. What bliss is this? What light is this? What does it signify? It indicates that these people have reached the point which is the source of infinite energy. They are no longer miserable. They are no longer poor. They are emperors in their own right. The truth is that this is also our potential. We need to proceed step by step. First comes a sense of wonder. Then being centered in the self. Then intelligence, vivek, vitarka as a way of reaching the self. Meditation will help us get there. Thank you, everyone. if anyone has got anything to share, please feel free to unmute and share any wisdom or anything related to this topic. Thank you.
Mr. Dinesh ji. Thank you so much, Dinesh ji, for bringing this to us. Osho always simplifies things and straight, straight. He says it straight, and I really like this transcendental logic. This is the first time I'm hearing about this. I heard about logic and the things, but transcendental logic is moving inwards. Logic is always outside. We always seek from outside, but transcendental logic is more inwards and being aware. And the more we become aware, we become self-realized. So thank you so much for this wonderful wisdom. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I shall end the session here. Thank you. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.